Hi guys, so as you know, in our group we do recipe of the week, and this week we are doing baked cannelloni, the vegetarian one. So I thought I'd film it for you. The ingredients you need are 8 cannelloni tubes, 2 tablespoons of parmesan. I've done a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 garlic clove, and you need to crush that, a few basil leaves, salt and pepper, a passata, a tin of tomatoes. It says 225 grams of spinach leaves, but the bag I had was 200, so that will just have to do, and fat-free cottage cheese. So this is what you need ingredients wise. I always forget the egg. We need 1 egg yolk as well. I also wanted to add that this is 1.5 sins per serving, and it serves 4. So the first step is to put your spinach into a saucepan, and we're going to cook this on a low heat for about 5 minutes. It says to add 2 tablespoons of water, cover it with a lid and cook it really slow until it's limp and green. I've also preheated my oven on number 6 because we'll have to bake it after, so just to get your ovens ready as well. So I'm going to cook this down and I will show you what it looks like in a second. So just while we're waiting for the spinach to cook, into a bowl I've put the 225 grams of cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, the egg yolk, salt and pepper, and the nutmeg. And when the spinach is cooked, we're going to chop that up and we're going to mix this all together, and that will make our filling for the cannelloni tubes. So I'm sorry if it's steamy, but it really doesn't take long at all for your spinach leaves to be ready. So you're just going to obviously get rid of the excess water, and then we're going to chop these up. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. So there we go, I've just gone in and just diced all of that up with a knife and fork, and what I'm going to do now is just pour that into there and mix it all up, and I'll show you what that will look like in a second. There we go, that's what the mixture looks like. It actually looks really yummy. I'm a lover of cottage cheese anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you how I'm going to attempt to fill these tubes up. Okay, so I've got my oven dish. I've got my 8 tubes of cannelloni. I've got a spoon. So all you're going to want to do, I reckon this could get quite messy, so I'm going to put the bowl there. Let's move the dish out of the way. All you need to do is just spoon the mixture into the tube. Sorry if you can't see me. I think I might need a smaller spoon. But yeah. So you just spoon it in. Quite fun actually, all the way to the end. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay, I lied. It's not too bad. Yeah, so there we go. I'll just stuff that all in there and I'll show you what it looks like. There we go. So I'm just going to fill the rest of these up and then lay them in the dish, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. So they look a bit messy, but they're all filled up. I will say you get quite a lot of mixture left over, so if you wanted to make more, then just make more, but I'm just going to do the 8 for now. Right, so the next step is to mix the passata and garlic together into a bowl. At this point you can add a tablespoon of sweetener, and it is sinned now. I think it's half a sin for a tablespoon of sweetener. I don't feel the need to add it, so I'm not going to. We'll just mix that all together, and what we're going to do is just pour it over the cannelloni. I for some reason thought we needed a tin of tomatoes as well, but apparently not. So we're just going to pour the passata over that. I'm going to get the rest out in a second with a spoon. So yeah, and then we're going to sprinkle on top the parmesan cheese and and the basil. Right, I personally don't think that's going to be enough to cook the pasta, so I am just going to go and pour the tin of tomatoes over the top of this as well. There we go, that's so much better. I didn't think it would cook the tubes. Yeah, so now it says just sprinkle over your parmesan, so I shall do that. I love parmesan cheese. I love any cheese. And then you want to put some fresh basil leaves on top, just a few, just for flavour. Oh, parmesan cheese smells amazing. There you go. I'm just going to put a few little basil leaves in the middle, like that. So there you go. I will show you what it looks like when it's cooked, but before that I need to tell you how long to cook it for. It says 20 minutes in the oven until it's like bubbling and the pasta's soft. So yeah, I'm going to give it 20 minutes and then I'll see what it looks like. Right, so I took it out after 20 minutes and the tubes, I just tested them, are still a bit hard. So I put it back in for another 10 minutes and oh my god, it smells amazing. So for me and my oven, it took 30 minutes to bake. I'm just going to serve mine with a salad, so I will show you what that looks like in a second. So there we go, guys. That is the Slimming World's baked cannelloni. You can find the recipe on the app as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And if there's anything you want me to cook, just let me know and I can sort it out for you. I'm going to have this for my lunch now and I'm really excited. I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone.